Hello. Don't know what's happened to this. Good evening. This is your psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. If anybody can hear us, give us a yes. I'm just putting this right. I don't know what's happened here. Hiya there, Lorianne. I'm just trying to straighten this up here. I don't know what's happened. Is it retrograde? Because it's very strange at the moment. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Apologies I wasn't on last week. I was having a bit of a fettle. Things was happening to me at the hospital, but I'm here. And I'm here and I'm ready to go. I'm raring to go. Good evening, everybody. It's 10:33 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour. Tonight we are going to delve deep because I haven't done a looking glass for ages. It's retrograde. Oh well, say no more. Computer stuff's going a bit strange along my end. Don't know about yous. But I'm going to delve deep tonight and I'm going to look into world events. And hello guys. I'm feeling okay. I'll not lie to you, I'm feeling very tired. But I'm here. I've got a pick line in. Can you see it? Excuse that. I know it looks a little bit gross. The bandage they gave us from the hospital was too big. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm particularly a skinny lass, but I'm not Jeff Capes, do you know what I mean? I think they're shortage of bandages over here in the NHS. So it kept falling off, and then I had one of them tubey grips on and it was squeezing my arm and making it really sore. So I've just took this off. So excuse me, but this is coming out next week. So I thought I'd come on and tell you what's been happening. So, greetings to everybody. Let's get my tea. So Judy here had chemo Tuesday after you had yours. Oh, Judy, I hope you're okay. I'll tell you what happened to me. I didn't end up getting the chemo. So this is what happened. Last Sunday I took a total meltdown. And I needed to be on my own to sort my head out. Apologies, guys, I couldn't come on. And my head was messed. I had to go deep within. I had rang the hospital to say that I don't feel I could do it. And they said that was fine. But to ring back early in the morning when the team was there. So I rang back early on the Monday morning. Very weird week I had. And they were fine and they said, thanks for letting me know. And then I rang the oncologist and then the oncologist wanted to know why I didn't want to do it. And I just said I didn't feel that it was right for me. I wanted to look at other options. And I'm not saying it's not right for anybody else, but I took a pure panic, guys. And thank God I've got a great oncologist. And she said, let's look at it a different way. Just leave it with me. And I'm getting the targeting drugs when I need. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. Because I've got, HER2 breast cancer. So I'm getting the targeting drugs that I need. And what she's done is she's thrown into a mixed bag with radiotherapy, targeting drugs, immunotherapy. It's going to only actually be 3% difference. 3% difference, guys. So I've opted for this option. It's a cancer jab I'll be getting. I'm actually on the targeting tablets now. So I didn't even realise there's different types of breast cancer. But that's the way I'm going. So I haven't actually got, it's all been taken away because I went for the operation first. Because over here in the UK, the new thing is that they shrink it with the chemotherapy, and then they give them all the different tablets what they need, if it's the type what I had, okay? But I didn't want to do that option, so I went and I went and got the operation. I actually shrunk the damn thing, so that I shrunk it with my different things, which people have been putting in the audience here. Some of the stuff, but not all of it. I changed my diet massively. I changed my lifestyle massively. So then I needed the intervention, and I went in and got the operation. So the operation, and I got it all taken away. And I've been recovering from the operation. Since the operation, I've been really, really tired. And it's sort of thrown us into some sort of menopause, because I've actually been in menopause, I thought I was 10 years ago. But my body didn't recognise it. So it was still producing estrogen. I was still like hatching the eggs, even though I wasn't having periods. And then, to cut a long story short, that's what made us poorly, and that's how I ended up with HER2 breast cancer. And it was stage 2. All right. So I got it all taken away. And I took the option by changing my surgeon, by changing my hospital, and that's why I came public, because you don't have to go along with what the system says with the NHS. You can go your own route if you want, because it's your body. I tried the alternative stuff, but I needed also intervention of doctors. Okay. But over here, it's a situation that if you do not go along with their protocol over here, you can't get their targeting drugs. And of course, I wasn't going to go along and be a good girl and go along with the protocol. I wanted to do it my way. But anyway, apparently if you live in Scotland, you can get the targeting drugs, but not in the UK. It's actually something that's going to Parliament in May, which I'm going to be looking into tonight with them lot in Parliament. So my argument was, well, if it's good enough for the Scottish women, why is it not good enough for the British women? To get the targeting drugs, you had to have the chemo for 6 months, and I didn't want to do that. Now, I could understand if I still had it, but it was taken away. So yeah, they were saying preventative, but the way I looked at it is that, you could walk out and get run over by a bloody bus. I've had all the scans and everything. There's nothing actually there. So I'm going down this other route where it was going to be 93% with the chemo, and it's going to be 90% without the chemo. Now, to me, that's only 3% difference. I think she's done really well to get it up to that level. So that's the way I'm going now. So I will need the port or this back in again when they do the immunotherapy. But obviously, that could be a few months away. So they're going to just take it out for now. And I'm getting my cancer jab soon, which is Herceptin. And taking it from there. And then when I do get my immunotherapy, it's going to be everything to boost my bones up and that, because obviously it's got to be to protect my system, because I'm going to be thrown into menopause. So you can imagine I've been very weepy. I've been very tired. I am a night owl. Everybody who's known me and followed me for so long, like 1 o'clock in the morning's now for sitting up, creating something. So I've actually had a big life change, and you have to bear with us for everybody who's following us. And there's been a lot of hospital visits, and there's still going to be a lot of hospital visits, because I'm in the midst of getting all the treatment. But she actually also said with us giving up smoking, and I don't drink either, that was a big yes, a big tick for for me, for my survival as well. So I'm doing everything right, but I just wanted to let you know the latest. I literally couldn't come out last Sunday. I was in bits. But the strangest thing is, guys, right, because I cancelled it on the Monday, and then my little Zizi cat took poorly, and I had to take her to the vets. What a week I've had. So I believe in a strange sort of way I had to be there for her. Now, she started off that she got burnt on the neck by a flea drop. You know, like when you prevent the things and you put the things on the neck. And I took her to the vets, and they said it was a reaction. It was an allergic reaction. They gave her some cream. And then the sore got bigger and bigger. And then she had a great big bloody ball patch like that on the back of her neck. And she started to scratch and scratch and scratch. Hi up, yawn. And took her back to the vets. And they said it was a strange sort of loop of a cycle she was in because she couldn't stop scratching. It all started when I went into hospital for my operation. So my little cat was left. I mean, I didn't leave her on her own. I left her with Nikki. But, in family. But I think she took it really badly. And I honestly do think cats are like empaths. I really do. And she was never the same when I come back. And then she ended up with this sore, producing this sore on the back of her neck. Because I had just put the flea thing on before I had gone into the hospital. Then I'd left her for 3 days and 3 nights. And I don't know if it was that. Or she was coming out in sympathy with me. But she was actually feeling it, you know what I mean? So anyway, she's now walking around. I'm going to show you guys. She's better. She's been on antibiotics. They said, try her on this antibiotics, which was penicillin, amoxicillin for cats, and amoxicillin powerful cream. But I had to put like a little sunflower collar around her so she wouldn't lick it. But I'm going to show you my little sunflower who is now on the mend. So I just thought I'd show you the latest. So Kitty's on the mend. Just walking around looking like a little daisy. But I had it the other way around, and the vet said turn it around so it's close to the body, so that it doesn't irritate her. And yeah. So she's just finished her course of antibiotics. The scab is all dried up. They said if it didn't, they would have to take samples. But it's dried up, so now it's gone scabby on the back of her neck. So I'm leaving the collar on because I know I've took it off a few times to give her a break. But she scratches it. So I'm just going to keep the sunflower on for a little while longer, until our sore heals really. So that's what I've been up to, guys. I've still been working. So if anybody wants to book a reading, you can contact us. I'll put the link in the description on YouTube. It's on all my videos. I offer readings online, or you can come to the house. Obviously, when I get going with the immunotherapy, I'll be just doing it online because I have to watch for germs and stuff like that. I'm supposed to actually be watching for germs at the minute, but you know what I'm like. I'm walking around with this in. It's a bit like a port. And you've got to be careful. You know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to getting this out next week. So I can have a nice soak in the bath. So yeah, so now my body's been pushed into menopause and I'm getting hot flushes and I keep crying and I'm thinking, oh my God, is this it? How unfair is it? And I was saying to my mother, this is not fair, this. What women have to go through and men get away with so much. It's not fair. She says, well, it's God created it that way. And I says, well, I don't think it's very nice. I'm sorry. It's not on. I want a strong word with God. Why women have gone through this. But I need to, anybody who knows any natural remedies which will not sort of mess with my targeting drugs that I'm getting, please comment. I've heard oil of evil and primrose oil works well with menopause. Please let us know. So that's where I'm at the minute. but I'm okay. I've heard of black cohosh, but I've also put in black cohosh. I don't know if it works with HER2 breast cancer, so I don't know. Oh, it's a pleasure. So we've got a fellow Jodie here in the audience saying thank you for the reading. So you can contact us on louise.m.jones@hotmail.com. And the other links to Facebook and that, to messages, will be in the link after the video. But it's lovely to see everybody. Valerian Root. I was thinking of going to see a homeopathic doctor when I get underway, when I've get more balanced. So Elizabeth Smith is just put here, when you're at the vet next time, that's Tuesday, ask about the boost with prednisone for her. Oh, I will. So homeopathic, right? And obviously they'll be able to help us with the menopause as well, won't they? Because obviously I can't take the likes of what's it called? Not that I would have taken it anyway, because my mother had breast cancer as well. So what's them patches called you can have and stuff like that? So I couldn't have had any of that type of thing. HRT, yes. What's this? You see a homeopathic doctor after your immunotherapy treatment that makes you tired. Right, okay, I will do. Thank you, Mickey. I've got soursop. So I've got all of them type of things. It's just what I'm after at the minute is, so I've got the treatments and everything. And I do all of the smoothies and all the soursops and stuff like that, and the apricot kernels and all of that. So I'm on targeting drugs to stop the estrogen, and obviously that is chucking us into a massive sort of hormonal drop of I'm going through the change type of thing, you know. As my nana used to say, you're going through the change. And it's made us really, really tired. St. John's wort. Oh, you can use that, can you? Oh, thank you. So, yeah. You were probably a male in a past life. I think I was one point. I think I was. So it's nice to get feedback. So yeah, it's all been kicking off, hasn't it, around the world? What the hell's going on? You can get creams, yes. Oh yes. I've been told all about that as well. So vitamin E, yes. It's all interesting, isn't it? Hiya, David. So we've had crazy floods. It's just all crazy what's happening. And of course we've had all the elections over here in the UK. Labour seems to be doing pretty well, or has done pretty well. So I'm going to look into that. I couldn't even tell you what's going on in Trump land or what's happening with politics. You'll have to fill us in, guys. But I've got my crystal ball. I drink all sorts of tea, Marina. Tonight I'm just drinking my PG tips. The world has gone nuts, hasn't it? But like I say, I used to be a lass what used to be up all night and go to bed at dawn. People used to think I was crazy because I never really needed much sleep, 3-4 hours, and then I was up bouncing again. And now 11, 12 o'clock, I'm like ready to go to sleep. And as my daughter-in-law was saying, that's normal. But it's not normal for me, and I'm fighting against it. It's so strange. And of course, I'm awake at 8ish in the morning, which is like what normal people do. But I never used to do that. So I'm trying to get into that balance. There's been so many times I've wanted to come out just onto Twitch alone and just start doing stuff for you, and I've just gone all tired. You know what I mean? And it's been since the operation. But I've got to listen to my body now exactly. So it looks like it's going to have to be afternoon shows when I get more balanced out. Do you like my hair? Thank you very much. Well, of course, my hair went all thin. And it wasn't because of so much the treatments. It was the hormones. It went all thin and, I don't know, like flossy. And I just thought, right, I'll cut it off. I'll try to be practical. And it seemed to have strengthened it up. And people have said, oh, you actually suit your hair better shorter. So I think I'm going to keep my hair short. I think I'm going to do that. But I was just trying to be practical. Do you know what I mean? A bridge burnt in Connecticut on a major highway. My God. Good God. So we're just going to have to wait and see. So I'm now on my new treatment plan. And the throne is into menopause, really. So ask us in a few months how I feel. I'll be honest with you and I'll tell you. Yeah, I think so, Debbie. I love castor oil. It's been my best friend, castor oil. But I've been using it as a skin body thing afterwards since the operation. But it's so much on the rise at the minute, all these different cancers, isn't it? They're like pushing it in adverts and everything. And I just don't think we should be afraid to talk about it. I think that I've been getting great downloads from my guides. Hiya, Teddy. That within 10 years even, it's going to be something what's going to be so eliminated. You know, they're going to come out with cancer jabs. They're going to say, do you want, you know, how you can go to the doctors and you say you got the flu jab or you want this jab or that jab. It'll be the cancer jab next. It's going to be so eliminated. And, I mean, you've got this T-cell therapy now. And the T-cell therapy is amazing. And I talked about this a few months back. Last year I was talking about it. I said that AI, I've been saying this for a while, that AI is going to come in and sort of replace Big Pharma with medicine. So the latest with the T-cell therapy is it's immunotherapy. So what they do is they're going to take a bit of blood, right? Send it away, train it to kill the cancer floaty cells, and then when it's trained, right, through the artificial intelligence, then they inject it back into the patient, and obviously then it travels around the body, killing any cancer cells. How intelligent is that? So you've got all this amazing stuff to come out. People have always asked us about the med beds and stuff like that. And I've always said they're going to start seeping in the artificial intelligence. They'll be coming soon as well, Stephanie. Don't worry. But they're seeping in all this amazing artificial intelligence within surgery as well. And that this technology is going to be brought in with medicine and all sorts of things. So I think we're on the tipping edge. It's huge revelation, like a huge revelation to come in, and a lot of stuff I believe is being held back from we. But my message tonight is that if you are never happy with whatever you are going through, because it's your body, you are within your rights to question the doctors or oncologists or whatever. And that's what I did. And I built up quite an amazing friendship, actually, with my surgeon and my breast care nurse and the oncology. I think I'm quite a character. But they're just only people at the end of the day. They're somebody's mother, somebody's wife, somebody's husband. And for me, personally, I've had to learn to trust the medical team again because of everything what happened a few years back with the pandemic and that. And I've talked about this before. I think that the majority of the human race went into spiritual post-traumatic stress when we stopped trusting it all because we were too traumatized with everything what was happening and everything what's come out about it as well. But we will always need doctors and nurses. We will always need surgeons. Just medicine's changing, and I think it's about us going with it. But for me, it was knowing that I was safe and to question things and knowing that I was safe. And that's a message for everybody tonight who is in the situation that I've been in or is facing it now, to not to be afraid. Not to be afraid. For me, I had to face two big fears. Was medication, be it either chemo or immunotherapy, and everything that I was scared of. But also, for me, it was anaesthetic, and it was being out of control. And I had to, all the darkest fears in my life I had to face. And is that part of ascension? Is that part of what we have to go through to rid old wounds? Yes, I do believe that. The NHS is very wobbly at the minute, and I'm going to look into that tonight in a minute. See what's the future in store for the NHS. But I do believe that it's part of Britain, isn't it? It's part of who we are. That's why everybody wants to be here, including illegal immigrants. Yeah, so we'll be looking into the borders and see what's going on there. Yeah, I heard that there, Richard. So it's just lovely to see everybody. And I mean, there's not just cancer, there's other things. There's dementia, there's all these different diseases what's coming out now. I mean, God love my late brother Paul, who passed away with MSA, multiple system atrophy. It's not very well known. It comes under the same umbrella as like Parkinson's and MS and all of that. And I just believe it's everything they're putting in the food. It's everything that they're putting in the food. So I'm going to be looking into all of this in a minute. I've got my little Chinese bowl. So I always believe that your intuition knows what to do, yeah? I'll look into the spooked horses for you as well, Queen Wanda. Again, I've been like totally out of the loop because I've been in such this place of hospitals and all sorts of things, you know what I mean? Anyway. So for new people coming in, I'm going to start with we're healing prayers to form the circle of light. It's a bit like coming to a spiritualist church. As we see in the north of England, Geordie land, spuggy meetings. Right, when you come to the spuggy church and see who comes through. Okay, but we're doing. I'm gonna do a medium night one night as well for you all, or should I say a medium afternoon? Yeah, they're talking about that, aren't they, with fungus with dementia. I think diet's the way forward for health, optimising my health and lifestyle. I've been saying this for a while, and I know I've got a beautiful friend here in the audience. She's called Debbie, and she we're gonna have a cookery show one afternoon, because I think it's so important when you're so busy, like I'm busy, and a lot of you in the audience are busy. It's how do we get healthy? How do we meal prep, when you're busy and stuff like that in different cultures, because obviously Debbie lives in Texas and I live over here in the UK, but just to have like a fun sort of afternoon, and we could have like a cookery thing. I've been seeing it for a while. We must do it, Debbie. But yeah, it's crock pot sort of ingredients, recipes I need. But I mean, I'm not very inventive that way. You know what I mean? So I need to think of things like that. But I've been living a lot off smoothies and soups and stuff like that. I made a chili con carne today with grass-fed beef from the organic farm. It was really, really nice. And I had that. So I do like cooking, but it's finding the time, and I'm a great believer that you've got to be in a good mood to cook, because if you're in a bad mood, you put that bad energy onto the food. That's what I feel anyway. And of course, I haven't been in the best of moods over the last month or so with everything what's been happening. So I've been getting back into cooking and that, and I made a lovely chili con carne this morning for lunch, and it was rather nice. I do like soups. And of course, when I get going with this immunotherapy and that, I need to look into protein's very important, and to put that back into my bones and everything with all the targeting drugs I've been having. And for anybody else in the audience who's going through the same as me, so it's like putting the good protein back in, but obviously I don't have, it has to be, for me, it has to be organic meat, what hasn't got the hormones in, which they are putting in the meat over here. No doubt they'll be doing that in the States as well, or around the world. And it's very expensive when you start buying organic meat. But yeah, we just have to try our best, really, don't we? So let's start, because we've got 724 in the two chats. And we are going to start, and where's my bell? You can buy what? Online protein. So, welcome to Mother Earth, where this is underground live, and we are going to delve deep tonight. We're going to look into the looking glass, and for everybody who is following me tonight, yeah, welcome to Mother Earth. We are navigating through a great crazy storm. We are the human hybrids. We have all assigned here to come to Earth to witness and be part of this great change on Mother Gaia. Adam's doing fine, thank you. And it's about we as the people speaking out against the corruption, what's been happening on this planet. I'll be honest with you guys, there's no ending, the way I see it at the minute, to this spiritual ascension, and I think you just have to get to do your best and get to your comfortable level. Yeah, but if you're anything like me who's into investigating, it's never ending. But let's start. May peace be with you all. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I ask my great spirit guides to come forth tonight to give us the true answers in this circle of light for everybody. For anybody who needs any healing, protection, prayers, write the name of the person, the persons, the animals, any situation, write it in the comments section of the live stream or afterwards in the comments section, and you will receive the healing and the prayers that you need. Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, Raw, did I say Lady Direwolf? Yeah. Any star beings, angelic realm, fairy elementals, anybody from the spirit world, anybody from star beings who are telecommunicating or from the spirit world who would like to come forth to give us true answers tonight. With love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. There we go. I've just picked up this. My brother, used to do strange. It's there. He did the pantomimes every Christmas, New Year for the kiddies, and that was him. He played in Aladdin. He always played the dame, or he played he always got dressed up. And I believe in this one, I think he was it Mother Twinkie or something? It was 2002. He played for the kiddies Aladdin. And I've just found that on there. That's unusual. And I'm getting my brother tonight. That's really, really weird. Power to the people, he's saying. Paul, if anybody knew Paul, Widow Twanky. How could I not know that? Katie Green. I can just see him going, oh God, sis man, sis. He was hilarious, Katie. Hilarious. But Paul was very much, he had a site on Twitter at the time, because it was called Twitter, and it was all to do with JFK and that. He was massively into that and into studying stuff like that. And Paul believed that JFK Jr. is still alive. Paul believed he had his different theory on what happened to JFK the day of the shooting. And I'm getting him very strong tonight. So strange. He's saying, tell the viewers that there's great revelations to come. Tell the viewers that it will all come out. Time is not what we think. We are now becoming telepathic. We are now changing as a human race. We are now becoming into our authentic selves. Everything is about us being organic. And nothing can be hidden. Every worm is going to be turned. Everything's going to be shown. Ready for a storm, he's saying. Ready for a storm. Thank you, Paul. He was massively into Elvis as well. He was an Elvis impersonator. Very talented he was. And I'm not just saying that because he was my brother. He was very talented. People in the audience who knew Paul would agree. Big shout out. He's shouting out to David, his mate, about the tune. Because he was a massive Newcastle United supporter. Football supporter. And he's going about the tune's going to do really well. And he's so pleased. And then he loves you. He loves, I love you, Fletch. I love you, Fletcher. I hope David's listening. If he's not, I'll clip this bit. I'll send him it tomorrow. And I love you, Mum. I love you, Louise. I love you, Ethan. I love you, Nicola. That's his wife. He loves them all. He lives with all. Like Aladdin. So when you rub the genie, isn't it? The genie comes out. When you're rubbing it. That's what's about to happen. Magic's going to start happening. And we're going to start. It's very important because the veil is so thin that we have to practice the law of attraction. Not lose faith. And now this is a message for all of yous out there. Our loved ones are just in another room. There's no such thing as death, isn't that right, Paul? We class it as death because we're watching our loved ones going from physical into non-physical. But when they're over there, there is life after life. We are the multidimensional beings and we've come back to make the change on this planet. And yes, it's a very unfair planet. This system has been very unfair. And we handed over our power long ago, but we're taking back our power. This is why everything's going crazy now. So the story with Aladdin, it was a happy ending in the end, wasn't it? But the genie, magic. I'm getting that really strong. And it says on the back here, "O Emperor, you are so..." What the hell's that? I'm gonna have to. I need my glasses. Give me 2 minutes. Is that you are in my tribe? I think it is. Give me 2 minutes. Oh, "O Emperor, you are so nice, Widow Twanky." "O Emperor, you are so nice." Who is the Emperor? Who is the Emperor? What's coming back? Great changes to happen. So this is a message for everybody who is suffering in the audience tonight, who is going through utter grief. You need to know that one day that you will see your loved ones again. We're being so tested. And that's what the devil wants. The devil wants you to not have any faith and to hate God and to hate the angels, because then he's won. But we've come back as the light keepers of Earth, the stabilizers, to hold the light. It's okay to cry, it's okay to grieve. But we have to be so careful what we are thinking and what we are feeling. I would say you can't help what you feel, you think and you feel, but you've got to try to be careful not to hold on to it for too long, because when you're dwelling on it and holding on to it, it escalates out of control. And believe you me, I've learned that one over the last couple of weeks. So we haven't got to spiral out of control, because then he's won. Old Nick, as I call him, the devil, he's won then. Don't let him win. And fear is a funny thing, you know. With my darkest hours, I had to face the fear and realise that it's the actual thought is worse than the actual process. So, again, that's what the devil, old Nick, wants. He wants you to be in fear. He wants you to suffer. He wants you to be ill and sick and worried and scared and all of these things. You know? And nothing ends. Literally nothing ends. And when you have that faith and you face your fear and realise it's not as bad as you think it is, you start to see angels. And they're not angels as angels with wings. You start to see these angels in forms of nurses and doctors who you 6 months ago would have been in fear of. You realise that love is everywhere. But when we are in dark fear, we can't see it. We can't see it. And when you realise it's there, magic starts happening. I just wanted to put that out tonight before I start. And it's not just for your grief, it's like if you're in fear about anything, if you're fear of losing your home, or you're worried about your health, or you're worried about somebody else's health, or literally anything. Because you can't put a price on your health, you know. You literally can't. You just have to, and if things are getting too overwhelming, write things down and section things and only do so many things in a day. That's what I had to do. You know, I was faced with a situation because of being self-employed. I wasn't working. And I'm thinking, bloody hell, how am I going to pay this bill and that bill? And because bills do not stop. So you've just got to ring around places and section it. And know that you're safe and know that it can sort out. And I just believe that anything is possible. You know, when we face our fears and we come through that, are we constantly tested? Do we, manifest these fears in because they're unhealed traumas? There's so many different ways you can look at this. But you've got to understand we're in a vessel. Even though we're multidimensional beings, we still need to look after our body. And our beautiful bodies are under constant attack from this environment. Not just from the toxins, what's in the food and in the air. Also from the energies, because everything's frequency and everything's energy. So we've got to look after that body. And if we don't have that body, what's not working well, obviously we exit this planet. So it's important, like the gurus and the great ones say, well body, well mind, well soul. You've got to have that balance. And I'm not talking about we're all super fit, leaping around like Wonder Woman or Batman. Where do I've got that from? I think Batman needs to come back to Gotham City in New York. I really do. I think New York needs Batman. I don't know if there's anybody in this audience tonight believes this, but I believe this. I really do. So I'll be looking into that as well. We just need to all come together. We just need to all stand strong and believe that anything is possible. But don't let the devil win. We are multi-dimensional beings. And once you realize that, anything's possible. So even multi-dimensional beings have to face fear, have to face trauma at some point in their life. I mean, look what Jesus went through. You know, being on this planet, we can't to live in these bodies. At some point, we're going to exit these bodies. But what you need to understand is that we used to live a long time. If you go back to Moses' time and that, I mean, they were hundreds of years old, weren't they? If it's true, because you have to question everything. But I believe that we were a lot older back then. And I think we're at the pinnacle point when we are starting to realise what's going on with the food trade and everything and what's happening in this world. And people are starting to move out into the sticks, away from all the toxins, what's coming from towers and stuff like that. I've got to be careful what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, once I caught a fish alive. You know, like tower buildings and things like that. Once you're moving out into the sticks and you're moving away from all of these, what they're frying with in inner cities and stuff like that, and what's going in the water and the food, we're going to start living longer when we start looking after ourselves more. It is a holy spiritual war that we're in. So the New York City mayor says it's the safest city in the US. Really? What's he smoking? What do you think? That's a bit strange, isn't it? Let's have a look. I'm gonna let's get my cup of tea. It's always a place I've wanted to go to visit. Okie dokie. Let's see. Let's wait for it to haze over. So don't forget, if you need any help, if you're worried about anything, write the name in the comments section and you will receive the free healing, the free prayers of protection. It's not coming from me, it's coming from the angels in spirit world, okay? They will do that for you. Okay. I see light on the horizon. It's going to be one, excuse me, hell of a roller coaster, guys, this year. It really, really is. Now, I know there's been a lot of hoo-ha going on with the Middle East, which I did say that would kick off again, didn't I? I did say that. And we hadn't heard the last of that. Obviously, I can't ask the crystal ball, so I'm just waiting for it to haze over here. There's going to be a situation what's going to have what on the edge of our seats. The warmongers, whatever you want to call them, you know, controlling the puppet masters. They really are going to create a situation where it could be a big situation. It's going to be really, really on the edge. It's going to bring a lot of worry. And I'm getting 2 in 12 now. I don't know, that could mean many things. You know, when I'm given messages from this crystal ball, you've got to work it out like it's a riddle. Could that be 2 weeks, 2 months? 12 could be as far-fetched as the 12th month, December. You do know, like, running up to the elections and that, it's going to get very, very crazy. Because they really don't want Trump in. They really don't. But you know what? Even if he got back in, it still would be crazy, crazy stuff what would happen. I don't think peace is going to come into the US, I would say, until 2028. There's a big clean-up happening. But I do see military. I see military everywhere. And as I look at Donald Trump, I see military around him. But it's not against him, it's for him. I want you to remember that. I'm getting it really, really strong. So it's not like I'm saying Trump standing there. You know, Donald J. Trump, the last president before Biden. He's standing there and he's got like his black coat on, and I see the Air Force One thing behind, you know, like the military plane what he has. And then I'm seeing all the military, but it's not like they're against him. They're actually standing with him. I see that really strong in this ball tonight. But I'm also seeing military on the streets in London. Everything I'm telling you will fall into place like a jigsaw puzzle. Remember that. So I'm jumping here. I'm jumping backwards and forwards. It's a gold war. More crazy weather to come. Though there was floods in Dubai as well, wasn't there? I'm getting that song by Karen Carpenter. Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Remember that? I think she was very, very spiritual, and I think she used to interdimensionally travel and interconnect with them in meditation. There's going to be a lot of sightings. A lot of sightings this year. I had a movie night the other night, and I never have movie nights. I've been comforting myself, you know, lying on my couch with my fluffy socks on and my chocolate. And I watched Arrival. Has anybody seen that? The main character in it, who played the doctor, I believe, or she was a scientist, who had the contact with the extraterrestrial beings. She was called Louise. So anyway, I laid and watched that. And I was getting a feeling that, you know, something like that could happen to Earth. We could have contact earlier than what you think. But the beings in this film weren't bad beings. They were for humanity. And I've always said that true contact will be like that. Anything negative, like a Mars attack or something, is actually orchestrated holographically. I love that film. So Daisy Chain in Twitch has just put, I watched Cocoon the other night. I've never seen that for ages. That's a brilliant film. So I would say that there's a lot of drama to come this year. And I think that, but yeah, watch for a lot of sightings. So it's not going to be sightings on a full global scale, but I do believe there'll be individual people who will have contact. Maybe towns, villages, small groups of people who are just out and about. You know how we had that situation. I mean, it's questionable what went on with the Vegas situation, but it was a bit strange, wasn't it, in the shopping mall? But then you had the other, or was that Vegas? Oh no, that was Miami, wasn't it? The Miami shopping mall. But then you had the Vegas where something had landed in somebody's back garden. So there's a lot more strange situations like that to happen. Yeah, but The Arrival was a really good film. I would recommend watching it if you like that type of thing. But she was actually making contact where they were talking, and they weren't talking like we were talking. They had their own symbols, and they were saying that they were here for humanity. So I'm feeling that is coming. But it could be on individual people or small groups of people. But also I believe with my experience, it's never been when I've jumped on a spaceship. Everything that I've had connections with has been when I've been in meditation. Like spirit is the same thing. And I believe that you can make that contact interdimensionally by meditating. Yeah, so Dr. Stephen Greer is also a good somebody who I like to follow as well. And he goes out sometimes with his native friends, doesn't he? With lights in the sky and that. You know, see, sometimes you might get a lot of people who'll be doing that this year. UFO watching, that type of thing. We're gonna witness a total breakdown in communication. And it's going to be anything from schools to councils. And the NHS is going to take a wobble. I predict, I could be looking into the end of the year, beginning of next. No more than 2 years. But I predict that the NHS will be in a 3-tiered system. I really do believe that we need to get the Tories out. That's what I believe. I don't know if anybody agrees in the audience. Before they ruin the NHS and they ruin everything else. But Rishi Sunak isn't going to go that easy. I felt that they were going to do really well, Labour, with the different places what's been happening, and they have done really well. But I just believe that there's I'm not so sure, they're gonna leave straight away. Is there going to be, I'll have to get the cards, if there's going to actually be an election before November. Is that when it's supposed to be? November for the UK? I believe we'll go Labour Britain again. But if I'm getting this wrong, I still see Rishi Sunak will end up with egg all over his face. And that's in a metaphoric, you know what I mean? So there's something to come out there. Scandals, you know how we have the scandals with Boris and we have the WhatsApp stuff and everything what happened around the COVID parties that we're having and stuff like that. But, hiya Helen, but there's going to be more scandals to come out there to do with the Tory party. You also need to watch Angela Rayner, she's lying low at the minute. I did say a little while ago that a woman with red hair and a loud voice, her voice will echo through the United Kingdom. So it seems like she fits that description. She fits that description. We will go Labour Britain again. I've just been given a lucky leprechaun there. So that's got something to do with Ireland. There's more stuff to kick off with Ireland. And scandals to come out with banks. And I feel like I need to put healing and protection around the children in the schools of Ireland. So I don't know what that means, guys. Amnesty on the streets. And I'm saying the UK will face a situation this is really strange. So I've never researched anything about these horses what were running wild. All the king's horses, were they actually royal horses what went on the run? Can somebody tell me in the audience, please? Were they the horses what were running wild through the streets of London, were they royal horses? Because I'm seeing somebody with a whip. They were the King's Guard's horses. I'm being shown somebody with a whip going like that, and they got a fright. One was black and one white with blood on him, because they were whipped. They got hurt. They got a fright. I tell you what, the Queen will not be happy about that because she loved her horses. It was planned. We need to send healing and protection out for the children of Ireland, yes. King's Guards. If the horses were spooked, definitely the universe energies were crazy. So I see somebody cruel with a whip in the hand. And they haven't admitted what they've done. There was 5 altogether. Was one of them black, did you say? There actually was an argument where the horses were. I don't know if there's been an investigation into it. Watch for huge news coming out with the royal family around the 7th. And I tell you what, King Charles isn't going to be in for much longer, you know. Abdication, or he's having to step down. A coronation will be on the cards in the UK quicker than what you think. Remember the 5th of November, because I believe that Guy Fawkes this year is going to go down in history, and it's to do with something to do with either around the royal family or to do with something in the UK. So one of the horses run into the bus. That was the white one, and the black one run into a taxi. Interesting. Let me get a cup of tea. Oh, the white horse had blood on its chest. Oh, I hate anything like that to do with animals. Let's see how Kate's doing. It's a strange one, you know. Because I believe that I've had more time to think about the Kate situation. And I do believe she definitely did have an abdomen operation. Which leads you to believe that was it a womb situation. But I believe that there was more going on than that. Preventative. Is it possible? What's that breast cancer one called? It's called BRCA or something. It's the worst one. The gene. Because she was in longer than she should have been in the hospital. So she's had preventative surgery as well. I'm not saying that she had breast cancer, but I believe, I don't know, I just get a weird feeling that she was going through bigger than what we know. So it wasn't just the womb. I believe that there was something else going on with the upper part of her body as well. Preventative chemo. And of course, anything like that to do with your hormones can make you tired. Of course, recently we've had Princess Charlotte's birthday, and there was a lovely picture put out where the media couldn't try and twist that one, could they? No matter what people think of Kate, she is a very good mother. I believe she's struggling, but she's doing okay. She's still alive. She's still here. She's still in the UK. I believe she's spending a lot of time at home, in her garden, doing, just homey stuff. It's funny because I see the doctors come into her house, so I don't know if she's actually going somewhere for the treatment or she's getting the treatment done from her home. Anything's possible when you're in the royal family, isn't it? So, or maybe she might be going somewhere, but she's getting some treatment. Somebody's coming to the house as well. They're massively into organic stuff. She's been doing a lot of research into organic. And don't forget, Charles was into all of that as well, because he was growing his own vegetables in his garden and stuff like that. So I think that's topic of conversation in the family is about the latest things that they can have on their plate. Everything's organic. I believe that Princess Anne's into all of that. So I think there's a lot of them talking about organic stuff. And of course the Queen had her own garden on the land of, is it Buckingham Palace or around, was it Windsor? Because she ate out of her garden, didn't she? So Kate's been doing a lot of research into homeopathic stuff and everything. But she's doing okay. She's doing good. I do not see Kate as a clone or they've killed her. I'm sorry if I'm not adding to the drama. That's absolutely ridiculous. She's still alive. I mean, for God's sake. She's still alive. People do get sick. People, and I said this a little while ago, that just because you're famous or you're royal, nobody's immune to this type of thing. This is why the world's gone so crazy. Now we've just had, who's banned trade with, is it Turkey? Turkey's banned trade with Israel. This is the start of it all. It's all to do with trade war, gold war, money war. This is what it's all about. There's no way Kate Middleton is a clone. Kate Middleton is still alive. But she's just lying low. That's what I'm picking up. But no doubt there'll be people who will say that I'm a clone next because I'm saying that. it's bonkers. You know what I mean? I'm not saying clones aren't running around. You know what I mean? I do believe that there are out there. But No, she's generally been unwell, and she had surgery to get rid of something, but she's also had preventative surgery. Turkey is the main player for minerals. They are used in nuclear weapons. Don't underestimate Turkey. They are the boiling pot. And apparently, and I don't know if this is true, Saz J, somebody in Twitch here tonight, that's supposed to be the place where the home of the Antichrist. And I don't know if that is true or not, but I was watching some video on it, but I don't know if it's true. But I found it quite fascinating. So what I'm picking up tonight is that Kate's had a lot more bigger surgery than you'll know, and some of it's been preventative. Is it possible that she's had a double mastectomy and a reconstruction, as well as a hysterectomy because of BRAC? I think it's called BRAC. But she's on the mend. She's getting, I would say give it a couple of more months. Definitely into the summer you're going to start to see more of her. Exactly what Hazeltine said here. Let me tell you from experience with surgery and treatment, you don't feel like going out, and I can vouch for that. Yes, I totally agree, Hazel. The BRCA gene, yeah. So I'm just wondering if she's had that and she's just been trying to sort herself out. Because it does take a lot out of you. It really, really does. I just got like a knowing and a feeling. But she's going to be fine. She's actually going to be absolutely fine. She's actually going down, I would say Kate's doing a lot of research at the minute. She's been going down rabbit holes. I can see her sitting on the computer. She's discovered how wonderful it is to be in PJs a lot. She likes her PJ days. And she's been going down rabbit holes about the food chain. That's what I'm saying. And they were always careful, but more so now, and for the children as well, for the children's future. Okay, so Kate's going to be fine. Give it 2. I don't know if it's 2 weeks or 2 months. You're going to hear us some big news and around her. Any relapses, it will be fine, but I feel she's going to be fine. I wonder if the relapse could be King Charles. I can't seem to get it in my head calling him King Charles. I always say Prince Charles. It just doesn't seem to fit right. Because it will be King William sooner than what you think. Right, so I've talked about this before, where there's going to be problems with trade, because this is what it's all about. Because we're moving into this new earth. So you're above the controllers and the puppet masters, right at the top, you've got black hats and white hats working together. I know that sounds a little bit crazy what I'm saying. And I think I feel there's an extraterrestrial presence right at the top. Because the black hats and the white hats right at the top know where Earth's going and they can't stop it. And you probably think, well, why would the black hats be working with the white hats and the baddies be working with the goodies? Because above all the controllers, they know that what has to happen for Earth. No matter what difference of opinion, they know what is coming for Earth. Does that make sense? And to bring we're up to date, because everything's been held back through greed. There's going to be an influx of technology, what's going to come forth, but also there's going to be a breaking down of communications, and the food chain's going to come in on this. You've also got grey hats as well, yes, because nothing is black and white. So the food chain's going to be, I mean, people have gone on about the banking system, yeah, what's going to take a wobble. There's a lot of people within the truth communities have talked about the banking system. And I've always said it's not always going to be that the whole banking system's going to fall. Do not panic. You see, we're living in times on earth when everyone's fighting to survive, even the big industries. But some banks will make it. And some banks in industries and big corporations will join in with each other. So not all the banks are going to fall. Don't forget I read for bankers. Do you know what I mean? But I believe that the biggest thing what's going to take a massive hit is going to be the food chain. Because what comes in on the food chain, which these extraterrestrial beings who are working for the good of humanity, they want to ban the plastic. They want to get the plastic off this planet, because the plastic is going into the food chain. It is poisoning us. I'm going to look into that, Mr. Schwab. Don't you worry. I'm going to pull some cards out on him in a minute. But there's 3 big scandals to come out with the food chain. You must listen carefully. I got this the other night. I was talking to a client, and sometimes when I'm talking to clients and I'm doing their readings, I'll get hits coming through for Earth if they're interested in it. I don't know who it was I was reading for. It was just the other night. Anyway, the first thing that I'm getting is that there's going to be scandals coming out with the food chain to do with meat. And it's not that far on. The second thing what's going to come out is going to be a ban on getting food into certain countries, and it's got something to do with treaties, or it's all to do with politics, right? And it's going to be the breaking down of communication. It's just recently happened between Turkey and Israel, right? This is all part of the plan. This is what they want, right? So once the big guys get into it, and you know, you've got like America and saying, I'm not trading with this one, and you know, it's going to be a breaking down, because it's we as the people are the ones that are going to suffer around the world when food's not coming in where it needs to be. It's going to be getting blocked. I can see cargo ships getting blocked. It's going to be huge. So they're going to have to build, there's going to be an emergency situation what's going to take place. Around about this time, everything could go dark. Do not panic. When I say everything could go dark, it could be so many days of darkness when power cuts go down and power outages, that type of thing. Around about that time, Australia's going to come in on this, and Malaysia, and they're going to help a situation, and they're going to form a new bridge where it'll be a bridge which can't be touched, and it's got something to do with human rights. Sometimes when I'm reading things, you know, I could be reading a few years out, you know, because there's no time with spirit, because they're working out of linear time. I'm just telling you the visions that I see. And it's going to form a new bridge. And then this bridge is going to actually carry on, because it's part of fate. And it's going to join the UK with America and other countries. But it's it's a good bridge, and it's to do with trade. Remember that, because trade's going to be blocked and stopped. The other thing is that there's going to be something huge about plastic. And it's going to affect not just the food chain, it's going to affect a lot of different companies. Some of the things that the controllers have tried to do, they've tried to do it gradually. But some things are going to be very erratic and come in very quickly. And it is going to be the fight for the fittest 2024, in 2025, in 2026. We have to be so aware of what we are putting on the table. Excuse me. I've had a tickly cough since I've given up smoking. But I've got a good bill of health, so don't worry. I've got no want or need to stick another one of them poisonous sticks in my mouth ever again. Again, I believe that's all part of the dark corporations what want people to be hooked on these poisonous drugs. The deep state, whatever you want to call them, the want to be hooked on these awful... It's not so much the tobacco, it's the poisons they put in it. So the getting back to the food chain, it's going to take a massive, massive hit. Human rights is coming in, but animal rights is coming in. And I know it's talked about and you see it online and stuff like that, you know, what they're doing to the little piggies and the animals and the food chain and everything. But there's more shocking stuff to come. So anybody who's massively into, you know, the love of animals, who are vegans or vegetarians, it's going to get pretty heavy over the next year or so. So please don't. A lot of you as well who are very empathic, you know. So be careful what you're watching, because it's all going to start coming out. So organic is going to be the thing what's going to take a rise. At the minute, it's very expensive. For me, I get my organic fruit and veg delivered. But the meat is very expensive. I go to a farm to get it even when I can. But it is expensive. And there's certain brands, you know, certain places like Waitrose will sell organic, but it's expensive in the UK. Lidl is another place where you can get a lot of organic stuff. But you've just got to shop about. But there's going to be a situation after this event, what's going to take place, and when this event takes place, after the 3 days of darkness or whatever is coming, and everything's going to go down, even the internet, everything is going to go down. After that situation, then there's going to be new policies what's going to come into play, and new laws, but organic is going to be cheaper into the future, because it has to be, because that's the way we're going to have to go, which should have been like that anyway. It should have been like that anyway. I am under the impression, and I don't know if this is true or not, that we do not have pesticides in our foods over here because they got banned, but they still do it in the US. But what they are doing over here is they're putting the dyes in the food, and they're putting additives in food still. And they are also putting the hormones in the food, which can grow the cancers. Now, to get to the nitty gritty, and not many people know this, and Maggie's just written this in Twitch, and it is true, that Putin has banned all of the pesticides and all of the nasty stuff like the hormones. So if you live in Russia, it's one of the healthiest places, it's a healthy diet. So So, is this part of what's going on? Because he won't play a part of it all. There's something bigger going on than what we know. And I believe with my psychic abilities, what I have, I'm just the girl what talks to the wall, guys. You know what I mean? But I am a psychic. I do this on a daily basis. That there is a change what's happening, and they're trying to clean up the planet. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay. But going back to like the different diseases like cancers and all these autoimmune diseases, what's on the rise at the minute, I question, is it to do with the food chain? And I think a lot of this is going to come out at some point. Okay. But it's going to get pretty nasty. Okay. I think BRICS is going to be on the rise as well. So the coins are going to change again. The coins are going to change. And I'm getting this is a message for the UK. It's also a message for the euro and the dollar. Because after this 3-day event and after the darkness and when the new economy is brought in, there'll be new coins. I need to remember that as well. Yeah, we need to watch the animals and the animals' behaviour. So it was very odd to do with the horses, but I do believe that they got freaked or they got frightened. That's what I believe. So Mary, big supermarkets, she's written, in the UK spray fruit and veg with plant-based product that causes cancer just to make them last longer. Yeah. Terrible. So for anybody in the audience, apples, I knew this. If you're buying your apples, you've got to make sure you wash them if they're not organic, because the spray what they're putting on can cause like children's kiddies leukemia and stuff like that. It's so shocking once you start going down these rabbit holes. So you've got to like really watch, and not everybody can buy organic. So you just wash your fruit and veg, rinse them, wash them. Baking soda is supposed to be good for getting all these stuff off your fruit and veg. Didn't I? I did say that there would be horses running through the streets of London. But I'm definitely going to get back into growing me stuff in the garden. I had to get a garden tidy up to help us because it got a little bit out of hand. But I've managed to get it all sorted now. So I'm just going to start doing some planting again. I find it really therapeutic, My girls are very quiet tonight, aren't they? The girls. The cats. What else? Shall we pull some cards out? Because I think it's... there's something about a volcano what I could kick off. And I'm very drawn to Hawaii tonight, guys. I see lots of military. I see military helicopters in a situation with an event. Now, I don't know if I'm looking at Hawaii or Miami. The letter M's coming up with a warning with a shooting. Is that Minnesota? Might not be. It could be another state. I feel like I need to send healing and protection out to all the schools. What's that I'm saying? I'm seeing the Pentagon. There's some there's some sort of big scandal coming out to do with the Pentagon. Remember that? I think they're going to try and arrest Trump, you know. I need to get me cards. I'll come back to that in a minute. Lucy and Luke, cooking tips. Don't boil water in a plastic kettle. And air frying is bad, just like cooking in a microwave, is it? And those processed meals in plastic trays. Yeah, plastic. I'm going to start doing me bread again as well, cooking my own bread. But I can taste my food so much better. I didn't know that about air fryers, mind, but I can taste my food so much better since I've stopped smoking. Oh yes, I'm going to pull some cards out on Mr. Schwab. Let's see what's going on. Let me get a cup of tea. I like my air fryer. So Daisy here is put in from Twitch. The halogen ovens countertop are safer than the air fryers. Oh, I'll definitely look into that. I heard BG's lab food contains a lot of cancer-inducing elements, avoiding like the plague. Right. Now, we've got a jumper here. And I've just asked what's happened to Mr. Schwab. Do. We've got the tower. So let's pull some more cards out. Anybody knows in the tarot, the tower isn't very good. Give us a true answer. Well, I'm hungry. I fancy some Vegemite on toast. I like Vegemite. I've always been a Marmite lass, but then I discovered Vegemite from the origins of Australia, and it's just the best thing ever. Such a answer. Klaus Schwab. What is going on with him? He's got to be getting on a bit, hasn't he? Is he in his 80s? How old is he? 90s? How old's Klaus? Just trying to pull a picture out of you. I get restricted. Restricted. Has he had a stroke or something? There's something right, so he's either detained, restricted, or something's happened where he can't move. Okay. Rumour has it that Delta Force took him out, which could mean killed or extracted. Well, I'm not getting that. I'm getting restricted. Let's pull some more cards out. He's being questioned. You know, like interrogated. I'm getting interrogated, questioned. That has definitely took place. But I am getting sort of lying down, restricted. So I don't know if there's something happened to his health. But we'll never get to the bottom of it. You know what they're like. They just hide everything. I've actually got the moon card upside down as well. Like after like. It's like people like-minded will just cover it all up. But he's been interrogated. I get this feeling like he can't swallow. Like, I get this feeling like he can't swallow or restricted. He's still alive. It's like secret court situations. I want to say like what goes around comes around type of thing. Gagged. No, it's more that it's like there's something literally like God struck him with something, or something's not allowing him to speak. I mean that's not very good at all, is it? Louise, are you still working on your own tarot deck of cards? I'm thinking about it, Lorianne. Just been a bit waylaid with stuff recently, do you know what I mean? But definitely, yeah. So I don't know if there's been some sort of stroke or something. Like he's definitely not well. All right, there's definitely something happened to him. But I also get that he's been interrogated or he's been under the spotlight, should I say? Do you know what I mean? I would say that over the next couple of weeks or June's coming up very strong. June, July? You might hear about some news about him. You don't, Maggie, that's funny. And then there might be some news that, you know, comes out that he's suddenly left the plane or he's gone or... But... He was forced to sign something. I don't know what that means. And I'm getting a Nazi energy. Like in, you know, like I've always said like they never went away. They just went off into underground, into space. And I get that sort of energy, and he was forced to sign something. I know this sounds really, really woo-woo. Alright, and no, I haven't been smoking Adam's Happy Baggy. I need to have a woo-woo. We need to have a woo-woo night. But it's like he's come back through from another timeline. Time traveling timeline. And then he's been forced to sign something to go back. I know that sounds really wacky. Secret tribunals. Secret tribunals. Oh my god. So Kate Bush, that song Experiment. I'm going to get I've got little A2I coming in here and he says we need to listen to it. He's not who you think he is. Mr. Schwab is not who you think he is. He's not from this timeline. And he's been sent packing, but he's actually not long for this world. sent back through. He's connected to him. Sasjay's just hit the nail right on the head in Twitch tonight and has written he is Hitler. He's related. There's a connection. If he's not related, there's a link with the same energies, ideals, energies. How do I put this? He's not the problem, he's a problem, but he's been dealt with. The major problem is the other three to be brought forward. To come into the spotlight. Because I've always said, like, the real baddies are not the ones we think they are, and the real ones are going to come into the spotlight over the next 3 to 6 months. So watch for that. Okay. Right, let's do one more question and I'm going to call it a night. Can you look into what was contained in the envelope some people received at Bush's funeral? I've not already done that. I think I've already done that. Are the real baddies people we have heard of? Some of them, but not all of them. We forgot. Let's do the Bush's funeral again. I think I need that one. The connection with Schwab and this, like, it's been labelled Nazi, but it's more than that. The controllers of Earth, whatever you want to call it, the Dark Ones, the ones in the Witches' Pentagon, the wizards, the witches, the Satanists, they were all warned. It's the same energy I'm getting. Oh, here comes Cece. It's the same energy I'm getting. I think it goes beyond Knights Templar. They were warned. So this war situation, going back to what I've seen Trump with the military, I think it's been going on for quite a while. They were definitely warned. There was a warning. I don't know why this is crazy. I'm getting that another song. Oh yes, I need to look into The Experiment by Kate Bush. The song by Rihanna. Shut up and drive. Shut up and drive. It's like, shut up. They were told to shut up. Admit. Warning. They were warned. They were warned. The devil. Things dead and buried. Things dead and buried in tombs and secrets. men in red capes. And I'm getting Colombia. It goes above the Freemasons. It's something to do with men in red capes, Colombia. Secret societies. Just seen a flash of EPSTEIN, who is still alive. A lot to come out by November, no later. Especially if Trump gets back in. Good God. We've got the Justice card here, so there's a lot to happen. Now, I wanted the lyrics to Experiment by Kate Bush. I don't know if anyone's heard of the song. I'm going to give you this before I go. Red capes on eyes wide shut, yes. It's all the sort of symbols, isn't it? Colombia is another name for America. Right, so the lyrics to this, which was quite a good song. You should check it out, guys. What I'll do is I'll link it in the description of the video afterwards. You can listen to it that way as well. The lyrics to Experiment. Hello, my darling girl. Come and see the ladies and gentlemen. Mummy's little angel. Come on. Come on. Come on, precious. Come on then. You can get. Ah. Are you alright? Hey, are you purring? Little Susie. Here's the sound engineer. She's half the size of Nala. Nala is huge. Nala's a big girl. Susie's very, very petite. There's Mummy's little girl, aren't you? Right. This is what I was given. And this is when people have been asking about Schwab and what's actually happening. This is our little sunflower. Can you see her? Say hi. Sissy. Now don't knock it off. Don't knock it off because Mummy's got 1,134 people watching and we don't need you knocking off the stream. We're getting to the crucial part. We are working secretly for the military. Now listen to this. This is a message from Spirit, right? Our experiment in sound was nearly ready to begin. I'm getting something about they're up to something with portals and that. We only know in theory what we are doing. Music made for pleasure, music made to thrill. It was music we were making here until they told us all they wanted was a sound that could kill someone from a distance. My God. So we go ahead and the meters are over in the red. Oh, darling. That's lovely. Now, wait a minute. Where was it? You put us off for doing that. That was a strange little thing that you did and did that to me, yeah, wasn't it? It's a mistake in the making. From the painful cries of mothers to terrifying scream, we recorded it and put it into our machine. They told us all they wanted was a sound that could kill someone from a distance. So we're ahead and the meters are over in the red. It's a mistake in the making. And it just goes on and on and on. But that dream is your enemy. We won't be there to be blamed. We won't be there to snitch. I just pray that someone there can hit the switch. They told us all they wanted was a sound that could all kill someone from a distance. So we go ahead and the meters are over in the end. And the public are warned to stay off. It's energy weapons, isn't it? I think we'll leave it there for the night, okay? Whatever is going on, you need to know that we are well protected by the blood of Jesus Christ. We are in a holy spiritual war. We are in a times of great change. Great change. And the evil will not win. It goes back to the Obama movie, doesn't it? I'm just going to pull one more card out just to shut this down. I don't know how cats can do what they do when they put their legs in the air like that. Could you imagine? Let's just do this round. Like, they put their legs in the air, you know, and do what they do. I'd end up in traction if I did that. Secrets to come out. And we are spirit beings in a meat suit. We've all come back to do what we need to do, and some of us come back to heal karmic roots. But we are the ones here. It's not just about waiting for the politicians to make the moves. We've got to hold the line. We've got to raise that vibration. We've got to do that inner work. But be very careful of what we're aware of it. But we also need to see no evil, speak no evil. Is it hear no evil? So we're aware of it, but we're not feeding into it. Because we are protected in this crazy storm. We are the worker bees, exactly. And the sun will come. After the darkness, the sun will shine. And I hope you have enjoyed it. This is your psychic ILJ, and I am unplugged tonight. I am unplugged. And I'm going to get this taken out this week, and then I'll be on my targeting therapies. And I just thought I'd let you know what's going on and where I'm at. And onwards and upwards. Just keep fighting. And to everybody who is struggling with any form of breast cancer or cancers, know this, right? Do not be afraid. You may have it, but it does not have you. Keep telling yourself that. Anything that you are struggling with, it does not have you. Keep telling yourself that. The sun is coming, guys. Watch the skies. I want to say watch the skies. And watch the animals. Watch how they react. Watch the birds. And when the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. Sooner than what you know. Take care, God bless. And may the force be with you all. I think I'm off to make a cup of tea and some Vegemite on toast. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, God bless. Bye bye. Now, how do I get out there? Do you want to say good night? Say bye. Say bye to everybody. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Alright? Everything's good. May the force be